Today, we're going to get into a really personal story about a 15-year battle with a painful, nagging scalp condition. But more importantly, we're talking about the incredible natural solution that was found, not by treating the symptoms, but by digging deep to find the real root cause.
Okay, so it all kicks off with this one thought, this moment of pure desperation. After years and years of fighting a losing battle, this was the thought that sparked a whole new journey, a search for a real, actual cure, not just another temporary fix.
So this story starts in Taiwan. Imagine dealing with this intense, relentless itch on your scalp, your neck, even your back. It just wouldn't go away. And this daily struggle eventually led to a pretty frustrating diagnosis and what felt like a never-ending cycle of treatments.
And we're not talking about a quick fix here. This was a 15-year ordeal. From that very first unbearable itch to getting stuck in this awful loop of steroid creams and medicated shampoos. It was a constant fight, with sleepless nights and treatments that would work for a bit, only for the symptoms to come roaring right back.
The official diagnosis? Seborrheic dermatitis. Now, the doctors explained it as a simple problem, an overgrowth of a fungus called malassezia. So the game plan seemed logical, right? Attack the fungus with antifungal stuff and use steroids to calm down all that inflammation.
But here's the thing. This approach, it just created this vicious cycle. You'd use the medicine, things would get a little better. You'd stop and bam! The symptoms would come back, sometimes even worse than before. Why? Because these harsh treatments were actually weakening the scalp's own natural defenses, leaving it even more vulnerable.
So after all those years of fighting what everyone thought was the enemy, this malassezia fungus, a new, really surprising suspect came into the picture, and it was the very thing that was supposed to be helping: shampoo.
So you really have to ask, right? If all these antifungal treatments and steroid creams aren't providing a permanent fix, is the fungus really the bad guy here, or is there something much bigger going on that's been completely missed? And this is the big aha moment of the whole story. Turns out malassezia fungus isn't some evil invader. It's a totally normal microbe that lives on everybody's skin. The real problem isn't the fungus. It's that the environment on the scalp has been thrown so far out of whack that it's letting the fungus run wild. So check this out. It turns out that most shampoos, even the medicated ones, are what kickstarts this whole negative spiral. First, their harsh detergents strip away all the good protective oils. The scalp then panics and goes into overdrive, producing way too much oil. And what loves all that excess oil? You guessed it, the fungus. Has an all-you-can-eat buffet, it multiplies like crazy, and that's what causes all the itching and irritation. So you've basically got two completely different ways of looking at this. The conventional way is like going to war. It kills the fungus, sure, but it also strips away all the good stuff, leading to dependency. The natural approach, on the other hand, is all about creating balance. It's about protecting the scalp's defenses so it can go back to regulating itself. You're not fighting a war, you're nurturing an ecosystem.
So once you have that light bulb moment that maybe the shampoo is the real enemy, what do? Well, it sparked a brand new search for a cure, starting with something pretty extreme: quitting shampoo altogether. You might have heard of it as the no-poo method.
And believe it or not, after a long time, it actually worked. But man, it was an ordeal, especially in the crazy heat and humidity of Taiwan. It took a year and a half of just struggle. It proved the principle was right, but it also proved that a more practical, user-friendly solution was desperately needed.
After returning to Japan, another piece of the puzzle just clicked into place. It was about thinking bigger, more holistically. And it started with something super simple: a daily hot bath. Taking a hot bath can raise your core body temperature, which can give your whole immune system a boost. But crucially, it also improves blood circulation, getting more oxygen and nutrients right to the scalp, helping it heal from the inside out.
All right, now we're getting to the real turning point of the story. The hunt for a product that could bring the scalp back to health without having to give up washing your hair for a year led to a really special partnership up in Hokkaido, the beautiful northern island of Japan.
The mission became crystal clear: create something gentle, natural, and effective so that other people wouldn't have to go through that same 15-year struggle. And that goal led to working with Sorikobu, a botanical skincare company in Hokkaido that's famous for its super pure ingredients.
So, the first huge breakthrough was finding this incredibly rare, almost mythical Japanese mint called JM23. And when I say rare, I mean it's literally grown by only one single farmer in the entire world.
So what's so special about this mint? Well, get this. It has more than double the amount of soothing menthol compared to regular mint. But, and this is the amazing part, it causes pretty much zero irritation. So you get all the calming, circulation-boosting benefits without any of the harshness. It's perfect for sensitive skin.
The second key ingredient they found was an essential oil from the Todamatsu fir tree. These are the trees that somehow survive the insane minus 30 degrees Celsius winters in Hokkaido. The local Ainu people have been using this oil for ages, calling it a gift from the gods because of its powerful anti-inflammatory and circulation-boosting effects.
Okay, so you've got this amazing, super gentle mint and this powerful oil from a tree that survives the Arctic. How do these things actually come together to solve a problem that modern medicine couldn't fix for 15 years? Let's break down the strategy.
So here's the game plan. Instead of attacking the scalp, you support it. You start by cleansing so gently that you don't strip away that protective oil layer. This helps bring the scalp's good and bad bacteria back into balance. At the same time, the ingredients boost blood flow and soothe that itch directly. It's not just covering up symptoms, it's breaking the entire vicious cycle right at the source.
So this whole incredible journey, 15 years of suffering, of research, of discovery, it all led to the creation of one product, the Sari Kabu Botanical Shampoo Bar. It was literally designed from the ground up to fix the problem by helping the scalp heal itself. And you know the results really speak for themselves. You hear from people who've been suffering for years, just like in this story, and they're saying their constant itch is finally gone, that their scalp has never felt healthier, and it's all without having to rely on those prescription medicines.
When you boil it all down, the biggest takeaway from this whole journey is this. Real, lasting health doesn't usually come from waging a chemical war on your symptoms. It comes from understanding the real cause and just gently supporting your body's amazing, natural ability to find its own balance.
So this entire 15-year journey from total frustration to a natural cure led to the creation of the Sari Kabu Botanical Shampoo Bar. It kind of makes you wonder, right? What other chronic problems could we solve by looking past the symptoms and just helping our bodies heal? If you're ready to maybe end your own cycle of itching and irritation, you can learn more about this solution. We've put a link to the Sari Kabu Shampoo Bar in the description for you below.